Hello, hello, random people of the internet. Today I'm going to show you why I like so much Warcraft 3 and the world editor starting from scratch. Like after you've installed Warcraft Reforged, one important thing to state: it's kind of a failure. The old game was less of a disappointment. What else? Oh yeah, it costs a lot of money. Many people ask for refunds. The creators are kind of women abuser, but let's not get into that. Let's launch the editor over here, because that's how you enter the editor. So this is what you'll first see in the editor. So why is this so great? Because imagine Roblox and other games which have editors nobody heard about. You can make lots of things with these editors, and this is no exception. So first of all, you'll look around here and you'll see just dirt, nothing too interesting. So let's I'm gonna show you how to do interesting stuff. First of all, we'll close this thing because it doesn't help us, and create a new map over here. Hit the button Control N, and here you can select how wide, how height, things like this. The tile set. This basically shows how will the overall terrain look like, because this thing has got some limitations, but with a little bit of experience you'll be able to do lots of things. Let's click here on OK. We're right back where we started. Wait a second, I'm gonna create a new one for demonstration. Let's do it with this grass and let's make it a little bigger. Very interesting, exactly what I wanted. Now how do you make the terrain look nicer? Because I'm gonna show you like different steps now how to make these new games and mini games and cool stuff. You go here to layer, and here you've got terrain, doodads, units, regions, cameras. So we'll go to terrain, and here are the tile sets and stuff we've selected. Here are the textures. Here you can look, you can do this, modify the terrain. This is another one. This entire thing is with this tile set. This is grass but blacker. This is dirt but with some grass in it. This is rock. And here are like heights. You can make stuff smaller, like lower. You can make it taller. You can make it much taller. You can put water. You can put not so deep water. And here is a thing. Here is the ramp. With this thing you can these blue things, dots, squares, show you where things can pass. So yeah, something can pass from here to here. What else do the terrain? Now this thing which like makes the terrain not much taller, much lower. It's just like a thing to make small discrepancies on the land, so it doesn't look flat. And here is here you can change the size of the palette, like with this one. And if you want to make the entire map brown, you cannot, it's too small. And then you pick this one and boom, much faster. This one makes this thing go up. This one makes it go down. This one makes it go kind of random. It's a weird one anyways. No, this one makes it taller but plateau style. What? Oh, this makes the terrain have the same height. Okay, that was enough for the excuse me, I wasn't supposed to show you this. That was the terrain stuff. Here are the doodads. So what is a doodad? Basically anything which is part of the environment but is not terrain. Here is a tree. You can change the palette size. Here are more trees. Here are some barrels. Yeah, you've got a wide variety of things you can place here, like gates, and here are like only the things that can be destroyed in game. Here are like bridges and ramps. This thing can get elevated if you use some more complicated stuff. We'll get into that later. Cinematic, which is wait a second. Cinematic, in which you can put props stuff, which is usually found in cutscenes, but not only. You can just these are normal doodads. Okay, cliff and terrain. With these things you can make like a cave, more cave, piece of ground. I don't know. If you want to place this somewhere, you can. But the things with these is that they affect the terrain. Environment. Here are like cattle stuff to put next to water, corn, flowers. Oh, and these are only the things for the Lord and Summer tile set. You can change the tile set here. And look, here you've got bush, not cattle too, but you've got bush too. Here you've got let's move to something more interesting. Here you've got red plant, epic. Okay, let's go to pathing blockers. So what are these? These stop a unit from going from a place to another. Like if you want to make a unit go from here to here, it will have to go around. Now the unit will be stuck here. And the interesting thing with these are all invisible. You cannot see them in game. And here are a second. Here are for like air, here are for both land and air, here are for ground. Pretty epic. Here are props. Props are more animated things. I don't know how to describe them. You can see them over here. Fire pit but with no fire in it. Fire pit but with pig. This thing, let's go back to Lord Duran Summer. Flag, destroyed cage, props like these. Structures with which are almost like destructibles, but they cannot be destroyed. Look, in a house, but this one cannot be destroyed in game. Okay, we sat enough on the doodad palette. Let's go to the unit palette. Here you've got all the units from the game, but what if you want to make a new unit? Let's place a unit so you can see a unit being placed. See, it cannot move from here to other places. See this thing, the unit jumping, it cannot stay in between. It's jumping, it cannot pass through here. And let's start explaining the categories. Here are units, which are the default things. Here are heroes, which level up and can hold items and are a bit more complicated, like mega units. Here are building stuff which doesn't move, trains, makes upgrades, gets bigger, stuff like that. Here are the specials, which are units which in game have a timed life or get summoned or are like a better version of a unit, but not a unit on its own. Yeah, so let's go to the unit editor and make a unit. So this is this over here. By selecting this helmet, you go to the editor, and here you will see all the units which appear in the normal game. How do you make a new unit? You press this button, the other helmet, and here you must choose a base unit, and you will be later able to modify that unit. Let's pick this one and call it Bob Epic. And now we can change, like, here are lots of things we can change about it, from name to damage to key that needs to be pressed to train the unit. So let's make I don't know, let's change the model of Bob from this to this thing. Okay, so we've created a new unit, it's called Bob, but where do I find my new unit? Here is melee, it's campaign, which is stuff from the game, not so important. And here are custom units. And if you select here, you'll see his name Bob. You'll see this thing, which is basically his serial number. All the Bob's unit type have this thing. It differentiates the units one from another. And if I move it over here, you'll see that it looks different. It's not like this one. But what if I want to make the photo, the icon, look different? You go here, like this was the art model, this is the interface. And let's find the model of the icon of this thing. And we'll look over here and see Shadow Hunter. So we'll type over here Shadow, and it's over here. See, and now let's look in game how this looks like. Let's see in game, let's test it out. Okay, so when you want to test something, it will ask about your starting location. So what is a starting location? It's basically a place where in the normal game your base and units get spawned, and where the camera starts. Like there you have vision over that place when the game begins. Okay, so it appeared victory because this is still considered the normal game. So it has the normal requirements for it to be won, and the requirement is for the enemies to have a base. Here are no enemies on no base. Let's look over here. Here is Bob, looks different. Here is the other dude. And as you can see over here, it's hard. Is it impossible? Have I made this strong enough? Okay, so as you can see, here are some barriers, but they are not completely impassable. I should have verified that. Let's go and change this. Let's go to the doodah palette and select here pathing blockers, and let's first of all delete all these. Make one here. Let's make like a perfect square, not square, perfect thing with 4 lines. Let's test it now. Okay, again continuing all that. But now as you can see, these two dudes are stuck over here because I used the pathing blocker. So yeah, that was it. I hope this short tutorial made you more curious about the WarCraft 3 editor, and I'll do a second part, I don't know. Bye bye.